Hello, Level Up community, and welcome again to Wrap Up with Rhea. Let's continue to look back to what we have learned in our second session about ISO when strike price is equal to the fair market value. So, in this session today, we're going to be learning about the process of exercising an ISO where the strike price is equals to the fair market value at the time of purchase. And later on, sell the stock for a gain. So let's start with the buying phase. You can see on the left side the buying phase, and then on the right side is the selling phase. So on the left side, when you decide to exercise your ISO, you'll need to have cash available to buy the shares. For instance, if you're purchasing 25,000 shares at the strike price of $2 per share, that would require $50,000 in cash. Since the strike price is equal to the FMV at the time of exercise, there is no immediate tax due. Okay. Because there's no difference between the strike price and the FMV. So what we're going to remember is that before buying, we need to ensure that we have cash to purchase the shares. Second, no taxes are due since the strike price is equals to FMV. So on your upcoming tax return, there's nothing to report because there are no taxes owed at this stage. So your only focus will be to track your basis, which in this example would be $2 per share, amounting to $50,000 in total. So on the right side, let's move to the selling phase. So when you decide later on, when the FMV has increased significantly, in this example, let's assume you sell the stock at $25 per share. So when selling, we need to remember that you'll only need to report the total taxable gain. The tax treatment could either be short-term or long-term, depending on how long you've held the stock. Second, consider tax strategies such as whether the stock qualifies as qualified small business stock or if you can defer gains through an opportunity zone. Third, make sure to estimate and plan for tax payments. Since you held the shares for a significant period, you could be eligible for long-term gains or long-term capital gains treatment, which typically offers a lower tax rate compared to the short-term gains. On your upcoming tax return, you'll need to report the gain or loss and specify whether it's short-term or long-term. So to summarize the session, on the buying phase, you exercise your ISO at the time when the strike price equaled the FMV, meaning no immediate tax consequences. Second, on the selling phase, you later sold the stock at a much higher price, resulting in a significant gain, potentially qualifying for long-term capital gains treatment. So make sure you consider potential tax strategies and payments so that you'll be able to decide whether later on you're going to be selling it or you're going to be holding it. I think that's it for now. See you.